application to be developed, sir. Okay, sir.
Sure, sir.
Sure. Okay, then we are going to start the things. First, we have already seen how to install the Django. We have installed the Django. So first thing is you have to create your project. You can create your project in any of the folder you like it. Let's say I'm actually creating my project. I have created a folder called FDP. In FDP, I am creating a new project, new folder called my site. So you can actually create the folder with your DOS prompt also. You can actually create the folder with the DOS prompt directly also. You can create it, or if you want to create it from the DOS prompt, we can create it. You have to go to your folder where you have created it. You just press CMD. You will be directed to the folder. That means I have created a folder called FTP. And now I want to actually create my first web application. I want to create my first web application. So I'm going to say Django. I'm going to say Django admin start project. You can give the project name. So here I'm giving my project name as my site. My site is my project name. Okay. Now this might be giving this type of error. Can you see? Fatal error is launch unable to create processing using your app data. So what you have to do first is we have to actually go and create a virtual environment. We have to open a virtual environment for our application. So how to open a virtual environment, I'll be showing now. So, okay, sir. Sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So I'm actually creating a virtual environment. Here in the folder, I already have my project. So here I'm creating a new folder called my site. So when we create a virtual environment in the my project, there will be some folders created. You will be having 4 folders created. That is include lib scripts and a py virtual environment dot configuration file. These are the 4 files that will be created automatically when you are creating a virtual environment. So the virtual environment is being created. So we have to go to CD. My project. Okay, I've created a folder. You can see it here when I've created my site. In my site, we are going to have these 4 files, include lib, scripts, and file virtual environment. Is it okay, sir? Everybody? Any problem? Okay, after you have created, you have to activate the virtual environment. We have to activate the virtual environment. To activate the virtual environment, you should go to your directory, that is cd my site, cd scripts. Under scripts, you just say activate .bat. So we are now in the virtual environment. So when you are in the virtual environment is being created for us. Now we are going to install the Django for our virtual application. So we have to install Django. So I'm installing the Django for my application. When you install the Django, it will be showing, giving you some warnings, and it will be showing the Django is being installed. After Django installed, we can actually check the version of the Django which is installed by just typing Django admin -- version. So if you can try out in your Lapis, if you are having the Lapis, Savita Garu, Parvesh Garu. So automatically, when we are doing it, the SQL Pass version will be installed in your application. So whenever you want to do it, you need to have a Python version installed. Now I am running a Python version 3.7. You can use whatever Python version you are having it. It's no issues. Normally, why we are going to use 3.7 version is that 3.7 version is actually a bug-free version. In 3.9, if you are using the TensorFlows or any other libraries functions, it is giving some errors. So we are actually going it with the 3.7 version of your Python. Okay, now what we are trying to do here is, first we are trying to create a simple Django web application. To create a Django web application, first thing what we have to do is, we have to create a folder in your application, which is, I have already created a folder called FDP. In FDP, I am creating a folder my site. So in under my site, we have, when you create the my site folder, it will be creating 4 subfolders for it, include library scripts. Now you have to activate the virtual environment, and in the virtual environment, we have to install the Django. So Django version will be installed in our application. Now for my application, the Django version installed is 3.2.13. So it might differ for your applications. It depends on the version of Python you are using. Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, now I have already installed my Python. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create my first web application. So to create my first application, I'm going to say Django admin start project, give the project name. I'm going to say Django admin start project, and I'm going to give the project name. I'm creating my project name as my first app. My project name is my first app. So when you have created this, you can go to the folder. Okay, here you can see there is a folder named my first app is being created. In the my first app, there will be a my first folder and a manage.py application being developed. Any doubts? So when you open my first app, there will be sub files created, that is init, asg, settings, urls, and wsgi files. These files are the subfolders created. These are all the files and subfolders with a specific meaning. So now what we have to do, if you run your application, now we can just run the application by just saying Python manage.py run server. You have to go to the folder because our application is in my first app. So here I can say Python manage.py run server. When I run the server, it is going to open the URL for us. It is going to open the URL. You need to copy this URL so that it will be visible that the Python application, that is the Django application, what you have done is being created. So you have actually created a Django application which is now working. Any doubts? Fine. Can I proceed now? Can I proceed? Can I proceed, sir? Okay. Now, if I want to, I've just created the application. Now I want to actually.
Also, sir.
Sir.
Participants will respond in chat box, sir. They won't speak. Participants will respond in chat box. Please see the chat box.
Okay, sir. I'll be checking that.
Yeah.
Okay. Soumya madam. Soumya madam. Okay, Soumya madam, you have to actually first create a folder. You have to actually
folder, sir. All the four files are there. What you have said include lib, script, and py environment is there. After creating folder, I have created the application by using start project command.
Yeah, madam.
After that, you said you just go and see the files, whatever, but no file has been created when I went to the particular folder, my site.
Okay, madam. First, what you have to do is, first you have to create a folder.
Yes, I did it.
Okay, what I do, I'll be sharing this Word document, madam. That would be much easier.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Where should I share this one?
Okay. Can attach document?
Ma'am, anyone can share me. I am not in the group, I believe.
You have an option to attach document in chat itself, sir. Or you can
Yeah.
post in Word in.
Yeah. I have seen it. Day-3.
Vasu sir,
Sir.
you share that file to my WhatsApp number, sir. I will share it in WhatsApp too.
Installation. Sir, I have shared it here in the chat.
Oh, okay, no issue. They can access.
Okay, I've shared the documents. So what you have to do is first, can I do it one more time? I'll be doing it one more time for your convenience.
Vasu sir, did you share the document, sir?
I'm sharing it, sir.
Yeah.
So now can see?
Sorry, sir, we can't see.
Okay, can I send it to WhatsApp?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sir, please send a request to my WhatsApp number. My number, anyone can send it, 91.
Sir, tell me your number, sir, once.
This is my number, sir.
Sir, the document is available in the chat, sir, already. It's shared by Vasu, sir.
Yeah, I think it is successfully sent. It has to be downloaded, I believe.
Yes, sir. I have been able to download it.
You need to download the document. Anyhow, if you can add me in the group or so, I will put all the notes in the group. That's not an issue also. in the WhatsApp group if you can add me. Please add me in the group. This is my number. Okay. While you are adding my number, I'll just repeat one more time so that it will be much easier for you.
Sir, I send the request, please send.
Yeah,
Sir.
I'm sending the doc, sir. అవన్నీ తీసి ఇచ్చేసి.
Participants I shared in FDP group. Please check once. All of you.
Sir, it's saying only admins can send a message. I think in the group
Sir, give permission to Vasu sir.
Yes, sir, just a minute.
Mrutyunjay
I think
sir.
the documents are here in the group, sir. No issues. Okay, I'll do one more time so that you people can also do simultaneously with me. ఆ డబ్బా అవి కూడా తీసుకో గాయత్రి.
Sir, I have given permission.
Vasu sir, you are also group admin. You can
Okay,
share
sir.
anything.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll be posting all the things in the group, sir. No issues from now on.
Right, sir.
Okay, shall we do, sir, one more time? Okay, first what you have to do, you have to create a folder. Any directory you take. I have taken a directory called FDP. In FDP folder, I will first create a folder. I'm creating a folder called my site. When you create a virtual environment, it is going to create a my site virtual environment for you. After you have created, you can go and see a my site folder is created. In my site, you are going to have this code. Is everyone getting that? It will be include lib scripts. So after it is being done, you have to go to cd my site. Under my site, you just say cd scripts. Under scripts, you just say activate.bat. Activate.bat is the one which will create for you the virtual environment. Now a virtual environment is being created in your DOS prompt. So after creating the virtual environment, you need to go to cd scripts. My site, go to my site, and under my site you just type Django. We have to install the Django. So to install Django, the command is python py -m pip install Django. So the Django will be installed for this particular application. We are installing the Django for the application which we have created, my site. Today's session, we are going to see how to create a Django application, a small hello world, then create a table, connect to the SQL, try to insert the values from the SQL. And after, in the lunchtime, I'll be giving one exercise wherein we will be doing it practical one session, how to do that one, like entering student data and all those things. We can do that one also. So when you have installed the Django application comes with your SQL parts also. That is, SQLite will also be installed automatically. So we can actually work with SQLite function with the Django applications. So Django installed in your Lapis. So when you have installed, this is the one which you are going to get it. The Django version installed is 3.2.13. So Django version is being installed. After Django version installed, you have to now create your project or your project what you want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my project at first web app. So here to create the project, you need to say Django admin start project. You give your project name, my first app. So I've created a Django project called my first app in the virtual environment. Everyone have created it? Any doubts? Any doubts? So when you open the folder, here you see when you open the folder, there will be a subfolder created, my first app, and manage.py is the main file. Just like your HTML file, when you're creating your PHP or anything, it will be index.html. Here in Python, it will be manage.py. In my first application, there will be another 5 files created: init, ASGI, settings, URLs, and WSG. So settings.py is the file which will be no. What happened, ma'am?
No changes in the location, sir, where we have created the my site.
No changes. First,
Yes.
you have to
We
create
have
a
created
folder.
the folder and we have created the my site. After that, when we are going to create the application, it doesn't shows any changes in it.
Can you share the screen to me, ma'am?
Yes, 1 second, sir. So is it visible?
Okay.
Sir, is it visible?
Yeah, FDP.
So-
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, in this
My site?
my site, I have these 4 folders.
Yeah, it's coming right, ma'am.
Yes, sir. After that, after creating the Django application, you said my first application should be created.
Yeah,
So,
you go to the DOS prompt, ma'am.
sir, here you can see this now, the DOS
Yeah.
prompt.
Open the DOS prompt, ma'am.
Yes, open, sir. 1 second. Yes, stop sharing. So is it visible, the DOS prompt now? It's not.
No, ma'am.
1 second, sir. Is it visible now, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yes.
Django is being installed, ma'am. Okay.
Yes.
It should not be in the scripts, ma'am, actually. So what has happened? You have created my site. Under
Yes.
my site, you have created the application in the scripts.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
You can come here, ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes.
You
I will
just say
stop
CD,
it.
ma'am.
Sorry. Yes,
Just
here.
say CD dot.
CD dot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Now you say Django admin. Start project. Okay. Now you check the folder, ma'am.
This is it. No, sir. There is no changes.
It will be there, ma'am. You just minimize. Come to the folder, ma'am.
1 second. I need to stop share and to shoot multiple selection. So here it is. Folder and my site alone is there.
Press, ma'am. See?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. It's created.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Anyone? Okay.
Okay, sir.
So now the application is being created. Under my site, we have created our first app. Under first app, you have two things. One is manage.py. Another one is my first app. Okay. Now to run and check whether our application is running, you just say cd my first app. Here you say Python manage.py run server. Account number ఇచ్చేసి. Okay, now copy the URL and paste it here. You just say http://127.0.0.1:800. It is running in 800 port number. So the Django version is being correctly installed. If you are getting this message, that means Django is being installed. Everyone getting this message? Everyone getting this message? Okay, so we have successfully created a Django application. Now we want to write something into our applications. Can we do that? Okay, I'm going to show how we can do it. Now we want to create an app in the application. So to create the app in the application, now you already have created the folder. Now you have my site. In my site, we have first app. That is your web application folder. In the web application folder, we have to create a new folder called members. Register mobile number is it? Register mobile is 6301. Okay, you have to create a folder called members. Correct. 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 OTP 832149. Okay, now you have created a members folder. Now, if you want to check your members folder, how you can do Python manage.py run server. So copy this one, paste it, and says under slash, you just say members. Members folder is being created. Under members folder, you can see the files being created. Now, under the members folder, we need to go to views.py. Under the members folder, open views.py. It is empty. Now what you have to do, you have to copy the snippet code from here and paste it. Save. Can you see? Done. Done. Again, you have to go to the, you have to create a urls.py file. Here under the members folder, you have to create a new text document. You name that as urls.py. urls.py file is being created. Under urls.py file, edit the code. Edit the code under urls.py file. Now what we have to do, we have to also change the thing in your main folder, that is your first app folder. Now you have done changes in the members folder, you have to do the changes in the first app also. Okay, URL patterns, members.url, admin, we have created it. Save this. We have to do 2 changes. After we have done the changes, we have to run the server by just saying python manage.py. Python manage.py. Okay, now we copy this one /members. You can see I have written hello world. Anyone having doubts? I will again put the statements in one notepad so that you people can follow it again. You have to create a members folder by using this particular command. Py manage.py start app members. When you create this is the first step you have to do it. After you have created it, in the second step, you need to check the members folder. You need to check the members folder. In members folder, we are going to have the pages. Under the Python pages, you need to go to views.py page and do the changes in the views.py page. Do changes in the views.py page. From Django shortcuts, import render HTTP, that is we are importing the response and just telling the thing that I want to return the value as hello world in the views.py, and then create a urls.py file. Create urls.py file. Under urls.py file, you edit the code. URL patterns, that is views.index. The first file name is index, we are telling. That means you are creating the path. After you have created a path, that path has to be rendered to the application. So change it in my first application urls.py. urls.py file. Path members, that is you are telling that you have created a members folder. In that members folder, we are having the URLs. That URL is nothing but this URL. I am calling this URL. Clear? So we can run the things. So the final step is you need to go to the folder, and just say python manage.py run server. When you say python.py run server, you can open the browser and just say /members. Your application is running. That means we have created a hello world application. Everyone okay? Everyone okay? Done? Can I proceed?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, any doubts? If anyone having doubts, please share your screen. I will solve the doubt.
Sir, actually, I got an error after creating my first app.
Ma'am, please share your screen.
1 second, sir. So disable the screen sharing options here.
Yeah, ma'am.
Or you
Please share
host.
the screen. I'll solve the error for you.
Sir, okay. One. So is it visible, sir?
Yeah, ma'am. Okay.
So I got the error when I entered to my first step. So the system cannot find the path specified.
Ma'am, what you have to do is
Yes.
you have the site, right?
Yes, sir.
My site,
Yes, I have here.
my site, first app. Okay, ma'am.
My first step is here.
First app is there. We just created. Very good. Okay. Here you have to say this command, ma'am.
Here, sir, in the command prompt.
Yeah. Here we need to enter this command. 1 second, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
You have to say
Yes.
manage.py, py file, manage.py, manage.py, start app members. Start app members. Enter, ma'am. Ma'am, here you say CD my first app. CD my first app.
That's also shows error, sir. System cannot find the path specified.
Okay, ma'am. Click under my site. You click here, ma'am. Last. No. My first app, ma'am. My first app. Okay. Click here at the last in the address bar.
The address is, sir.
Yeah. Click and say CMD, ma'am.
CMD.
CMD.
Where, sir?
Here only you type it CMD.
/CMD.
No. No slash, ma'am. Highlight it and type CMD. Enter.
Okay. Yes, sir. Just
Open
open.
a DOS prompt for us, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. Then I need to run the command.
Now you run it, ma'am.
No, I need to run with Python manage py.
Yeah, ma'am.
Py I need to use, sir, Python.
Ma'am, you need to say, I'm putting it in the chat, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Shall I stop the screen now or?
Yeah, you can stop the screen.
Yes, thank you.
Ma'am, I'm putting the command in the chat.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You have to say py manage.py.
Yes, sir.
Start members.
You need to type.
Then a members folder will be created, ma'am, under my first app folder. My first app will be there. Under my first app, there will be now 2 folders created. One is members and another one is my first app.
Okay, members inside I got the folders.
Under members,
Okay.
you will be
Under
having.
members, I have migration, init, admin, app, models.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I need to open the views and I need to copy the code.
You need to do the changes from the views, ma'am. This code you have to add, ma'am.
Which one?
In the views.
Yes. Okay, sir, I will do it up. Thank you,
In
sir.
the views, you have to add this code and you have to create a new
URL.
your new file called url.py, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Then after that, you have to go to the main folder. That is, here we have the main folder, right, ma'am? My first
Yes.
app. Under
Yes.
my first app, you have another folder called my first app.
Okay.
Under this, you have URLs.
Yes, sir.
Here also, you have to do the changes.
Okay.
Then we are going to get the output as this.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Done.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Now we have seen this. Now we are going to go to the next one. Has we already got it? Now the next one is how to create a template. Templates are nothing but the HTML files you want to create. Create a template folder inside the member folder and create a HTML file. So what you have to do, you have to open your my site, my first app. Under my first app, we have created a members folder. Under members folder, you create a new folder called templates. New folder called templates. Done. You have to create a new folder called templates. Under the templates, you create a HTML file. You create a HTML file called myfirst.html. Under here, I'm creating new. I'm creating the HTML name as my first .html. So in this, I'm just saying welcome to my first Django project. So what you have to do, you now have to go to your views.py file, which is there in your members folder. Next step is we have to go to views.py file, which is there in our members folder, and give the template name. Give the template name. So here views.py, edit with your IDE. Now I have to specify Madhavi ma'am, my Lappy is having some problem with the PyCharm. Madhavi ma'am.
Sir, is it okay if I share my screen and show you?
You can
so
share
that
your screen, ma'am. That's not an issue. If you're having problem, you just share my screen. Share your screen.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Now what you have to do after you have done the changes to the views.py, you have to do changes in your settings.py. You have to do the changes in the settings.py so that it will get affected. So now I have to come to my first app, then open your settings.py file. Under installed app, you just change it. So here I am specifying that members.app member config file is there. I'm specifying members.app member config file is there. So after this, you come to your DOS prompt and just say Python manage.py migrate. Python manage.py migrate. Now after you have done the migration, we have to say Python manage.py run server. Python manage.py run server. Now come to your here you see hello world, welcome to my first Django project. That means welcome to my first Django project is coming from your HTML page. Is coming from the HTML page. So we have actually integrated our Django application with the HTML page. We have integrated our Django application with the HTML page. Clear? Okay. Now what we are going to see is we just completed a simple web application we have created. So now we are going to create one more application wherein okay, we have created a simple application. Now we want to create a application wherein we are going to do the things with your views. We are going to interact with the views, adding the things, all we are going to do it. Now we are going to talk about the templates, that is Django templates. Django introduces a page which can create the template for us. Just now we have created a template. Under the template, you have just created a file called my first HTML. Now we are going to modify the my first HTML, change the settings, and then we're going to add something to it. Now we have created a template. Now we are going to talk about Django models. Now what is a Django model? A Django model is a table in your database. So how we are going to create a Django models using your SQLite database. SQLite, when we created Django project, we got an empty SQLite database. It was created in the folder. Can you see this? When you have created a Django, there was a empty SQLite file created. Can you, everybody got this file? Everyone got this file? An empty SQL file is being created, so that now we can work on this particular database using the models. Clear? Okay, now when you want to create a table, now we have to go to members. Under the members folder, you have a file called models. You have a file called models. In the models file, you have to create a members database. I'm just creating a members database. I'm creating first name and the last name. I'm creating first name and the last name. I'm creating first name and the last name. Now, after you have created, we have to migrate the things. To migrate the thing, we have to just say Python manage.py make migration members. Now you migrate the file. If you want to add the members, we need to add the members by this command. It will be showing which version of Python we are using. I'm using 3.7 version. Now check whether any table members are there. We don't have any table members. So no table members are there. So I'm going to actually set the table members. You can add multiple names also. It is going to show all the members who are registered in our database. Now, if you want to view it in the browser, we have to do the changes to our files. Under the members table, under the members, open URL. You save the thing, you just, under the views, you are now getting the template and giving the response that my first HTML. Now run the application. I'm just calling the first name, Python manage.py run server. See, you have created the folders. All the names are coming. Now we can do the changes to our presentation. We'll see how to do the changes to the presentations. Any doubts? Is the output coming? Is the output coming? Can we proceed to the next one? Okay, we'll go to the next one. We'll go to the next one. Okay, now I have already created the thing. Now what we are going to do is we are now going to check our next thing. That is, we have just created a first name. Now I want to add a template to my application. I want to add a template to my application. That is, I want to actually create a table-like structure so that the values will be inserted in a table. So to do that, I'm just creating under the templates table. Under the templates, you need to create a new text file or text document. Under this, you write your HTML code, which is to display first name and the last name, which is to display first name and the last name. I am saving it as index.html. I'm saving it as index.html. Index.html. Now we need to modify the thing in the views table. That means to get reflected, we have to modify the views table. Here we have the views table, views file. So I have modified it. That means we are telling it that I'm telling that this particular thing is being done. That means you are actually making it happen in the sense that we are actually creating a page. We are actually creating a page which is under the members file. So here I'm going to come here. I say Python manage.py run server. Python manage.py run server. Now here you copy the URL, come here. Can you see my member table is being created? Now what I'm going to do is, next step is I want to add the members directly from the application. How am I going to do it? Everybody okay? Can we proceed? Can we proceed? Everything okay? Now what is, I have just created a members one. Now I want to add directly from my web application. So I'm now going to do a thing wherein we can add directly from the member functions. So first what we are going to do, we are now going to add the link. Clear? Now under your templates index.html, you add a link. Index.html, you add a link. I'm opening with a edit plus. Here I'm going to add the link. Here I'm adding the link. Here, I'm adding the link. Link is being added. Link is being added. Now come to your DOS application. Here you say Python manage.py run server. Python manage.py run server. Python manage.py run server. Copy the URL. Go to your DOS application. Copy the URL. Come to the Windows Internet Explorer. Run the application. See, add members is being added. Add members is being added. Now I have not added my page. So we have to add the page. Here I'm adding the page. Now I have to name this page as add.html. 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 Save it. Now you have to go to views.py. Go to your views.py. Change your views.py file, which says that you have to add.html. Now you open your urls.py file, which is there in your urls.py in your members folder. urls.py in members folder. Do the changes in the members folder. add your content, add the URL patterns, add the URL patterns. Here you see I have added the URL pattern. That is, first we have created an index page, then we have added a add.html page. URL patterns have been created. Now when you run the thing, when you run your application, python.manage.py, python.manage.py. Okay, now come to the application. Add members. See, now we can add the members, but we have not created the function to get it. So a form is being created. That form has to now interact. Everybody? Okay? Everyone? Is it okay? Okay. Shall we proceed to next one? Shall we proceed to next? Now, what we are going to do, as we have already created the add member table, now I want to actually do the action on my URL. So to do the action on my URL, we have to add the records. To add the records, you have to go to URLs page. You have to go to URLs page. You have to say add record, view, add code, name, add record. That means we are now trying to add the records. Now under the views.py, you have to write the code for the add dots. Under the views.py. Here you see I have created a function called add request. First one is to actually get your first page, that is your index page. This is to add the page, which we have already done. Now this function is to add the records. I'm just saying x equals to request.post first, x equals y equals to request.post last, member equals to members of first name and the last name, and you are going to save it. Okay. Now we can try to add the contents. Come here. Python manage.py run server. Come to the browser. Members. Add members. Here I'm going to add the member. See, I have already added the member. Srinivas, go. Everyone has got the thing. Any doubts, or you are having any issues to run the issues to develop? Any issues? No doubts. Okay, if you are not having doubt, I have one doubt. Can I? Mrutyunjay sir. I want to actually create a application wherein I want to first I have a I want this thing to be done. Create a web application wherein it has to take student name, age, gender, and marks, and it should dynamically insert the values into your database. Can we do this? Can we do this application? No response from the participants. Can we do this application? No response. Okay, if you are okay with it, we'll proceed with the next thing, how to delete, how we can delete the records, how we can modify the records, we are going to see now. Can we? So I want to actually delete the records now. So to delete the records, I am going to go to my members table, that is index.html. I have to go to members. Under members, I have templates. Under template, we have index.html. Edit it with any of the text editor you have, and then insert the code. So I'm actually adding a table. Here you see, I'm adding a table with the index number, first name, last name, and I'm adding a delete function for everything. So I save it. Now, when you run the application, you can see the delete function is being added. Now you can delete also. Now we have not returned the delete function. So now we have to write the delete function to delete the thing. Now you have to come to URLs page. Under URL page, you add this code. Delete, views.delete, name is delete. Now you have to change the views also. We have changed the models dot. Now you have to urls.py. You have to change the views.py also. Here you have to add the function, add records, and add delete. You have added. So 4 functions we have created now. One is index, which is going to get you the first page. Add, that is the add.html page. Add records, to adding the records to your database. And the last one is deleting the records from the database. Now come here. Go to your page. Record is being deleted. Okay. Everyone is comfortable. Everyone is getting the things, no doubts. So what we have done, we have actually created a page. In that page, you have added the members and deleted the members. Now we are going to do modification to our members. I want to do modification also. That is updating the records. Now to update the records, we need to go to your index.html file. Now we have to update the link. I'm now updating the link. Here you see I have added now update. So we can update the link. I save it here. Now I come to my application. Python manage.py run server. See, now you have added the link, but you have not added the function. Now what we are going to do? We are now going to add the function in your views.py and URL so that it gets affected. We can change the thing, change the records. Now come to your views.py. Under views.py, you add this snippet code. Then again, you have to do modifications to your now we have to add a new template, that is update.html. Come to your thing here, new HTML page. Name it as update.html. Now come to your URL page and add the URL. Come to your URL page and add the URL. Come to URL page and we have to add the URL. Come to URL page and add the URL. Okay, we have updated, we have inserted, and we have deleted the records also. Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, if you are not having doubts, we will have a lunch break and continue from 2 o'clock.